Hey, good afternoon, guys. Joe Tedai, Tier 1 Performance Coaching. Let's talk about something a little sexier. Let's talk about the defensive use of a knife in a high-intensity arm confrontation. First things first, this is a rubber training knife. It is a replica of a Marine Corps K-bar. If you are going to start training on the use of a knife, get a big knife. The reason is you can actually see your movements much easier than if it was with a small knife. You want to be able to see what you're doing, and especially if you're going to a school. The second thing is, let's talk about the components of a knife. There's actually 4. The first component is the butt. The butt can be used as an impact weapon for blunt force trauma. Doesn't matter if you're carrying a Marine Corps K-bar or a steak knife out of your kitchen. It doesn't matter. You're going to have a butt end. Then you've got the grip. Then you've got the blade, but the blade is divided into 2 sections. You've got the blocking part of the blade, which is the lower part. Then you've got the stabbing and slashing part of the blade, which is the upper part. Doesn't matter, any kind of knife. The front half is for cutting and stabbing. The second part is for blocking. Okay, so we're gonna break this up into different modules so I don't get too long-winded. The first thing we're gonna talk about is the grip. Just like the 7 fundamentals of pistol shooting: sight alignment, sight picture, grip, stance, breathing, follow through, and trigger press. The use of a knife, you've got to have the proper grip on the knife. You lose this in a knife fight, you've basically given your life up to your opponent, because he's just going to either use it on you or he's going to use his knife. So let's talk about the grip. Most people are just going to put a knife in their hand like this. What you have to be cognizant of is the blade needs to line up with your knuckles. So if you put the knife in your hand like this and grab it, as you can see, the blade is pointing this way, but your knuckles are pointing this way. The way you fix that is you put the grip of the knife in your fingers. You want to grab it with your fingers first, then wrap your hand around it. That way, the blade of the knife is in line with the knuckles. And the reason that that's important, for several reasons. One is when you're doing your slashing motions, the knife blade is following the direction of your knuckles, and that's what you want, whether you're going up or down or sideways. The other thing, don't do this. A lot of knives, whether it's a fixed blade knife or a folder, you'll see serration sometimes right here where your thumb is. Do not hold the knife like this. Reason being is, if you lose this knife, you've had it. And if you have to go through maybe a jacket, a leather jacket, or even if you get down to the bone, your hands are sweaty or bloody, and you hit it and the knife comes out of your hand, you've had it. Wrap that thumb around the handle. Do not leave it like that. Wrap it around. All right, so quick go over the 4 components of a knife is the butt, the grip, the blade, the bottom half for blocking, the top half for stabbing and slashing, and the proper grip. Put the grip in your fingers first, not in the palm of your hand. Wrap your fingers around the grip of the knife and then throw your thumb over the top. That is the proper grip. More to follow.